Smash Summit, easily one of the most enjoyable Melee events to watch all year, starts streaming a variety of different events this Wednesday. But the event most people show up to the stream to watch, Singles, doesn't start till Friday and is using a different format than last year. This modified version of the traditional Swiss-style bracket with two pools that lead into a double elimination bracket can be a bit confusing to understand, so I thought I'd make a quick little video explaining exactly how it works. So first off, the 16 Summit attendees were split into two different pools by seed, with the first seed going into Pool B, the second seed going into Pool A, and so on and so forth. The seeding was done based off the Melee Stats Winter 2017 to Spring 2018 power rankings, and the two players that didn't appear on the PR, Ginger and Toussaint, were seeded off their 2017 Melee at On Me ranking. Then the first round matchups for each pool were determined by the relative seed within the pool. To help explain how the matchups are chosen in this modified version of Swiss, we're going to run through a complete simulation of Pool B, where I'll be choosing the winners of each match by seed alone. So after this first round of matches, we have 4 players who are currently 1-0 and 4 players who are currently 0-1. The core of the Swiss format is that all players will be always facing off against players who have the same record. So for example, all the players who lost in the first round will be playing against players who also lost. And in the second round we see Seed 1 playing Seed 3 and Seed 2 playing Seed 4, which may seem odd considering how Melee brackets are traditionally set up, but this is actually how the second round of Swiss is typically run. The reason behind sticking to traditional Swiss for this round comes from Practical Task, who is the main brains behind this new format. There were multiple reasonings for why he chose this. First was because projections would have had the loser of the tiebreaker between Armada and Mewtwo King playing Hungrybox in the final bracket with this format, which had been unfairly penalizing the loser by essentially giving them a 4th seed instead of the expected 3rd. Second was because tiebreakers can't be changed because any other idea could potentially make it beneficial for players to throw matches. And third was the number of matches played were not able to be changed. There are many more intricacies to the situation and the setup of the format than just that, but those are some of the key reasons the format is the way it is. So with that in mind, let's take a look at the projected results of the second round of matches. Now with 2 rounds of results placed into the standings, we can more easily explain the 2 tiebreaker stats that are included on the chart on the right. The first tiebreaker stat, WPB, represents the total number of sets won by people a player has beaten. This is quite simply calculated by looking at how many wins the players who a person has beaten has. For example, at this point in the event, Hungrybox has beaten Mango, who is 1-1, and Toussaint, who is 0-2, so he has a WPB of 1. This stat essentially tells you how strong a player's wins have been. The second tiebreaker stat, WPL, is quite similar as it represents the total number of sets won by people a player has lost to. For example, Amza has only lost to Armada, who is currently 2-0, so he has a WPL of 2. This metric is essentially used to show how strong the players are that a player is lost to. If there's still a tie between 2 players after comparing wins, WPP and WPL, the hierarchy of tiebreakers is as follows: games won minus games lost, head-to-head record, and finally original seeding. Now with that understanding of tiebreakers out of the way, let's look at the last round of matchups. The reasoning behind matches 9 and 12 are pretty straightforward, as the only 2-0 and 0-2 players are being matched up against each other. Mango is playing Axe in match 10 because he's the lowest seeded player that Mango hasn't already played, who is also 1-1. And then with the results of this third round of matches, we can finally see the projected final placings for all 8 of these players. The first 4 players will move on to the double elimination bracket on winner's side, where the first place player from Pool B will be playing the 4th seed player from Pool A, and so on and so forth. Here's what the projected winners bracket would look like if we simulate both pools only by picking winners by seed. The bottom 4 in each pool will also be seeded into the double elimination bracket, but they will all be starting out on loser's side. The base for who will play who will be 5th from Pool A playing against 8th from Pool B method, but matchups will be tweaked to avoid any losers round 2 matches that would repeat a pools round 3 match, and will also attempt to be tweaked to avoid repeats of any pools matches, but this isn't always possible. So with that being said, I'm not going to put together a sample losers bracket because of the extremely high probability that it will look nothing like the actual bracket we will see on Sunday. And from there, the bracket will continue on like a traditional double elimination bracket, so that concludes our brief explanation of the new Summit format. I'd like to give a huge thanks to Practical Task, who helped me with understanding some of the more complicated aspects of the modified system he created specifically for Summit. Links to his YouTube channel that you should already be subscribed to, and his Twitter that I don't know why you're not followed to already, are both down in the description below. And like I previously mentioned, Smash Summit officially begins this Wednesday at 1 p.m. Pacific Standard Time on twitch.tv/BTSSmash and continues all the way through Sunday night. I'll be hanging out in Twitch chat and enjoying the festivities along with you guys, and I hope to see you there. And I think that's about it for this video. I've been SaveAsUntitled, and I will see you guys next time.